Another week, another event here at Bowls Australia. It's the National Development Series in 2026. A mightily exciting prospect to see Australia's next generation of stars, both open and para, take to the green under strict World Bowls tournament guidelines, giving them the opportunity to go on and try and get that development that they need to go to the next level, whether that be becoming an open jackaroo, an emerging jackaroo, and even a world champion or Commonwealth Games gold medalist. It all starts here, and it's Team Blue, the defending champions, up against Team Yellow in the para mixed pairs. Michael Vassallo and Annette Ruffle of Team Blue, New South Wales and and Victoria respectively, up against Cooper Whitestyles and Jody Nikolic of Team Yellow. Cooper of Queensland and Jody, of course, from Western Australia. Val Furbo is my name. Great to be back with you on Ringside Live this morning. Been quite a while. Connor and Maddie Lucas did an amazing job at the Australian Indoor Championships, which I'm sure that you all enjoyed. What a couple of final matches that we had there. Kelsey Cottrell and Sammy Nerona, who I'm sure we're going to see this week, as well as Travis Moran and Ben Twist, what finals they were. And before that, the Commonwealth Games as well, which I had the pleasure of being at in Glasgow. It was absolutely incredible. What a tournament in the end. Jimmy Reynolds and Damien Delgado taking gold, as well as Louise Hoskins and Serena Bonnell. We'll talk more about that with Karen Murphy when she joins me a little bit later on. She shouldn't be too far away. I think she's striding over to the desk now, but really looking forward to this one. We've got 15 ends to play. It's going to be Michael leading for Annette, and Cooper Whitestyles leading for Jody Nikolic. Here at Deer Park Club in Melbourne's west, about probably 35 minutes from the city, half an hour from the city. Take the Western Ring Road and get off at Ballarat Road and you're pretty much there. So great to be here at one of these new premier facilities here in Melbourne as Karen Murphy does sit alongside me. Kaz, welcome to you. Have you recovered from the jet lag and the exhaustion of what was a really busy period in Glasgow?
It certainly was, and thanks for having me, boys. I was just on the coffee run. I had to get the coffee run going.
You did an amazing job.
It's pretty chilly here at Deer Park. So, in answer to your question, it's been fairly hectic since we've got back. It was a hectic couple of weeks over there, but a really great couple of weeks, obviously, and long days,
yes.
An emotional roller coaster, some really wonderful moments, some really close disappointments as well, and but it was a good trip.
Well, I think that first week, we were talking about it in Glasgow. It was the sporting equivalent of having your heart ripped out, I think, with Jake and Jackie into Dawn and Kels into disco, and then in the second week there was a minute where, like, literally 1 minute gap between Gary Kelly playing one of the bowls of the tournament to sink Corey and Teasy into Catherine Rednall overcoming Connie Rickson, which ended up being the end of Ellen Fife's campaign pretty much. So, yeah, it was hard at the start, but then in the end, the paras, Louise Hoskins, Serena Bonnell, and then Jimmy Reynolds, Damien Delgado. What an incredible final day it was.
Yeah, it was a nice, really nice way to finish. It's it's tricky being a coach, because it's you're when they're up, you're trying to keep them up. When they're down, you're trying to get them up. And just trying to manage those emotions in a cutthroat format like that was it was a real challenge for obviously both the athletes and the coaches. So, and I think that just really reinforces the importance of how important it is to have great relationships with your athletes.
Certainly, and we'll talk more about the Commonwealth Games throughout this contest and the paras and where the team is heading, as we've got the National Development Series teams here. Team Red, Lewis, Oster, Fisher, Bickley, Cronin, Smith and Kelly with Ian Ewing as coach. Team Blue, Litvin, Marshall, Wilson, Nerona, Kurzman, Ruffle, Vassallo with Stewie White as coach. And Team Yellow, Nelson, Aitken, Cromie, Phillips, Bodnar, Nikolic and Whitestyles with Jimmy Reynolds, he's coach. And Team Green, Clark, Lynch, Rin, Morrison, Shakooch, Frost and Protopappas with Kelly Ray as the coach. As we are about to get underway, Lindsay Clark brings her own flavour to the event announcements, doesn't she? She does. She's a bundle of energy and had everyone in fits of laughter at the bank there. But so these para players, Michael Vassallo and Ruffle, up against Cooper Whitestyles and Jody Nikolic. All of them, they've seen what Lou and Serena and Damo and Jimmy have done, and they hope that one day it could be them.
Yeah, and this is just one of my favourite events of the year, I have to say, the NDS. It's a wonderful opportunity for these players to get to know each other better, get to know the staff and the coaches a little bit better. They get an opportunity to show their wares in front of the national selectors. And it's just a really tough, good, solid competition. I know the players really enjoy it. I know the staff do too. So, but an opportunity for our para players that sit in the emerging space, as you say, to be really spurred on by the efforts of the para players over in Glasgow. They're certainly on the right trajectory and get an opportunity this week to show the selectors what they're made of.
Certainly do. Of course, the World Championships coming up next year now, and things the attention starts to turn to that as well, and there's plenty of events for these paras to get involved in. It's a really exciting time to be a Jackaroo and to be in the feeder squad as well.
Yeah, it's a really quick turnaround for us, just under 12 months already. So, the week we were back 2 weeks ago, staff have already looked to start working towards World Championships in Leamington next year. It's going from carpet to heavy UK greens is going to be a challenge for everyone, all countries. But different format, back to traditional type of format, which is good. I think if you ask the players, I would say that they enjoy the traditional format a bit better. But we also understand the importance of implementing new formats and moving with the times and keeping it short, sharp for that television aspect of the game.
And I think that's looking at the Com Games. Yes, the format, it was cutthroat, it was heartbreaking, and I think we were on the wrong side of it more often than not. But I think if you look at it visually, it's probably the best that bowls has ever looked. And then from a TV point of view as well, it came up so well on television. And
it did.
You can go back and have a look on 7 and 7 Plus at some of Australia's matches, and called brilliantly by Clive Adams and Lindsay Clark across the fortnight, which we didn't have access to with all the geo-blocking, so it was nice to go back and have a listen when I got back.
I am going to go back and watch a few games because I didn't see any of the Channel 7 coverage. It was just too busy, so they're looking good here. That's a great shot there by Cooper Whitestyles. Gets the shot, lands off the back bowl. Nice start there.
So Cooper has won a couple of Australian Open pairs titles with Damien Delgado.
Yeah, he's had a good run this year, Cooper. Yeah, obviously Jody, WA athlete, and Annette here from Victoria. Season campaigner in the Victorian Para stateside. We've got Michael Vassallo, Cabramatta product, one from my club.
Jody has really gone from strength to strength. The first time I saw her was the Nationals in 2022 at Mermaid Beach, and she won the Clover Lester Encouragement Award at the Para Nationals there, and has continued to just go on her merry way. Has done a lot of good things at her club at Yanchep.
Yeah, she sure has.
And Annette Ruffle is, she does some wonderful work with her husband Rob, who unfortunately suffers from Parkinson's. But her and Rob have organised the last 2 years Bowl Parkinson's over at Heathmont, which is the club that she plays at, as well as Lucas Protopapas here at the National Development Series. But they've organised a lot of fundraisers, and they've done such good work and speak so often about about Parkinson's, which I think is incredible, and they've raised so much money already in attempts to try and find a cure.
It's a great effort, isn't it? Yep. Good stuff. Jody just pulling up a little bit short. Yeah, there's certainly some stars of the future on this green over this week, boys. It's It's funny. We were noticing yesterday. You look at our open squad, and there's a lot of mainstay players that have been at the top of their game for a long time, and the age of our emerging boys is quite like they're sort of late 20s, 30,
Yep.
And I guess trying to make that break into the open squad. They're all vying for for that breakthrough. I think. Waiting on retirements and waiting on opportunity type of thing. So, we're certainly in for a great week of bowls here, and this lovely surface at Deer Park certainly allows for that.
And how many times have we seen players perform really well at the National Development Series that have gone on to become a Jackaroo later on in the year? Brianna Smith at the very first National Development Series with Nick Carl.
Jack McShane.
Both were excellent, and then got the Jackaroos nod. And then, Jack McShane.
Nathan Black.
Blackie.
Yep.
Jesse Cattell as well. There's been so many that have actually come through this pathway now.
Yeah, definitely.
As
good shot.
Yeah, Net.
It's a good shot there by Net.
I think she's got one.
Made one out of that.
Yep. But Jodie does have some room if she comes around on her forehand.
I think for this emerging space, from a selection point of view, the Australian Open and the NDS probably holds a fair bit of weight.
Yep.
A couple of good performances there, and selectors would certainly be looking at. And I think in the emerging space, there's a lot more opportunity internationally over the last couple of years than there has been, like the introduction of the Oceania Challenge.
Yep.
There's the World Under 25 singles and mixed pairs, which is now been rebranded the World Bowls Junior Indoor Championships. Burnside pairs, Burnside singles, types of opportunities. So it's really good.
So Jodie just unable to take the shot back. So well done to Annette Ruffle with her final bowl. They take a 1-0 lead after one. We've got 15 ends to play, a 2-hour and 15-minute time limit. So we go until 11:15 a.m. 3 sessions of bowls today. Up next is fours between green and red. We've got Shakoosh, Morrison, Rinn and Lynch up against Cronin, Bickley, Oster and Fisher, which promises to be very exciting.
We've also, the selectors were able to select a couple of athletes out of the academy squad as well for this Val.
Yeah.
So
Chanel being one of them.
Yeah, so on the back of a couple of good state title performances from Chanel. Hayden Oster is another one from Musgrave.
What he did in the Australian Open Fours final.
Yep, absolutely. Who was Jacob Aitken?
Yep.
Another
one of those
Australian fours. Yep.
But you look at Chanel and what she was able to do at the AO. Semi-finals in the mixed pairs with Jack McShane and ran into a rampant Corey Wedlock and Jamie Lee Warsnop, who didn't drop more than a 2 from the quarterfinal onwards.
Yep.
But then you look at what she did in the singles, getting to, I'm pretty sure it was a semi-final in the women's singles as well, which is insane. For someone that is so young, she was playing the under-18s a year ago.
Yeah.
Had to get another set of luggage for all the medals that she took home.
Yeah, so they'd be super excited, the academy athletes that are playing in this event this week, rubbing shoulders with the emergings, both emerging opens and the paras. It's a great opportunity.
But then you also look at players that have made their way sort of towards the emerging squads over the last couple of months. You look at Nathan Lynch, wasn't really, he was around, he was a good bowler for Victoria, but had such a good sides championships last year. Lisa Phillips, another one, who used to be sort of around the traps, but she's back playing some really good bowls. Sammy Narona.
Brad Pavey was another one, but Brad was unfortunately unavailable for this event due to work commitments. So, I really feel like the emerging space is super strong at the moment for our Jackaroos. Michael, his weight was quite good there. A foot or so short of the Jack. Cooper's played two really Really good bowls here. Just looking just to adjust his line of fraction. Gets it away really well.
Cooper from far north Queensland, I think up north of Mackay, and plays. I think his family in the 2022 AO pairs final that he played with Damien Delgado. They drove 11 hours to come down and watch him.
Yeah, that's great. Just adjusted his line there really well, but unfortunately just got caught on that blue bowl of Michael's on the way in. So Michael's 2 back bowls in a really great position as the girls head to the mat end.
And how was your flight home from Glasgow? Because it was it's brutal. I think it was on my way there. It was 36 hours door to door by the time I got to my hotel.
Yeah, there was. I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before we left. It was so that was. I think by the time I got on the plane, the first leg was 12 and a half. I think I slept 9 of it. I was just
good.
Exhausted. So
9 hours sleep on a plane is
they're
decent.
Like 19-hour days for the staff. Like they're really, really big days, and yourself obviously too in the media.
Well, yeah, the
media
other
section. So
other media liaisons were, they were all back at the office, and because their days were busy, but not as. Some weren't as long, like some, athletics were only sort of night sessions at times or like late afternoon. We were going from 8 in the morning until 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock at night. So, they were big days.
Big days, and then you're trying to get your washing organised when you get home, and it's a bit too late to have something to eat, so you just sort of eat on the go. And
my diet wasn't overly great. I lived off Haribo and Iron Brew, I think.
I think I just grabbed an apple here and a muesli bar here, and I did. You don't sort of eat a meal as such. It was nice on the last night to have a meal.
Yeah, it was good.
Annette Ruffle on the forehand here.
There's plenty of room if she can nail the line. She's not far away, but just going to go through both of Cooper's 2 lead bowls. Cooper Whitestyles still holding sway. So Cooper and Jody both using Optimas, and Michael Vassallo XG, Annette Ruffle with the Optimas as well. So Jody looking to really find her range here.
Tiny bit of sun just poking in. You can see on the screens down one end a little bit. Rain stopped for now.
I do think it is going to rain a fair bit today, though. So luckily we have this wonderful dome at Deer Park.
It's a great venue here at Deer Park, I have to say. Of course, Victoria and New South Wales played each other in the Test match. Was it only last week or the week?
Yeah, not long ago. And they've amassed a lot of good players in their Premier League and their pennant. I think Harry Coleman bowls out of here now. I know they've brought Aaron Sheriff down a bit. Plenty of big names that they can bring down Deer Park. There's a few clubs sort of in Melbourne's division. You've got Sunbury, Dandenong, Deer Park, Clayton.
Just under the line. Maybe got the jack here.
Got it.
Oh, straight in the belly.
Stop it, Annette.
Ruffle.
She ruffled the head.
See what you did there.
That was not bad at all. But I think,
quite a bit of room here for Jody to draw at least second shot. I think she'd be reasonably confident that the jack sits on the lip of the green. See on the replay, she gets it right in the middle. Gave it a chance.
Replays all for Tripadil. Book your next holiday, your bucket list holiday with Tripadil. Jody Nikolic, this is a big opportunity for her, Annette, with her last 2 bowls, or last bowls of the first 2 ends, has been able to trail the jack.
She's not bad here. See what, she's played this well.
Very close.
Oh, that's a great shot from Jody Nikolic. What a shot. Very good. 2 good bowls from the girls.
And you could hear her teammates on the next rink over, Tyson Cromie, telling it and urging it to stop. And it certainly did. perfect from Jody Nikolic. Brilliant weight.
Ultimate team man, Tyson Cromie, I have to say.
is good.
He looks after Jody and, make sure she's got everything she needs and that sort of thing with the chair. He's a great young kid.
The family is great. I've dealt with Kobe a lot as well, watching him play and commentating him, and they're both just such good young fellas, aren't they?
Yep. Nice to see. Good people, good humans.
Tyson playing out of Ocean Grove, Kobe playing out of Essendon.
Kobe just made the stateside?
Yes, he did. I think Harry Coleman as well, both of them.
Great. Two great selections. Get them in early there to the Victorian side. And
they'll be mainstays for years.
Yeah.
But, Victoria's got some good young bowlers. And Charlie Boswood as well, another one of those that's coming through. Of course, here you've got Sophie Kurzman, still only 23. Emma Simmons is still young as well.
Livy Cartwright.
Yes. I don't know how I forgot her.
Lisa Phillips. Yeah, they're strong.
Just
a yard over. Yard over from both boys there.
Cooper, he's jumped on the forehand, so hoping that this one will get up. I'm not sure he sent it.
Still recovering from a back injury, Cooper, from, maybe not quite 12 months ago. Yeah.
And it can affect you. Like, people say that, some injuries won't affect you bowling, but so many things that affect your delivery and things like that, especially with the back.
Yeah, just that ability to be able to repeat an effective technique, things like back injuries. And what a great shot there from Michael Vassallo. Just negotiated that front bowl of Cooper's really well.
Of course, with the Para-Nationals coming up, a lot of these players will be really looking to make a name for themselves and really find some confidence before heading over to Perth.
Yeah, I think one of the surfaces is one grass green and one sort of plastic synthetic. So that'll be a bit different for our para players to play on that. Not too many of those on the East Coast.
I still think it'd be more comfortable than what they had last year at Burnie.
Yes, that's true.
They were almost underwater.
It was.
And then we had to move inside. Troy Corbett did a very good job managing that and getting everyone inside. But I must say, those greens, or the indoor green at Burnie, ran superbly.
It was very good, wasn't it?
Yep. That was great to watch.
Yeah, weather wasn't kind to us
No.
at Burnie last year.
Wasn't kind to us for that first week and a half in Tassie, but thankfully for indoors.
3 good bowls there from Michael.
And we saw Michael, he's playing Jimmy Reynolds as one of the coaches, and then he gets to link up with Jimmy Reynolds in the Nationals as well. It's such a great opportunity. Especially, I feel like para bowls, and you've had a massive hand in this, Kaz, the quality just continues to get better and better and better. And it's so enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I think it's still very much in its infancy, the para space, and Ellen Faulkner, when Ellen was working in the para space for Bowls Australia, she did a great job of laying those foundations for the Para Bowls program for Bowls Australia. But it's certainly a growing space, and I think, yes, there has been more opportunity for our para players in events, and I think that's an important part of it. It's now growing participation and the depth of that space, I think. So classification, obviously comes into it, in the para space. I'm a big advocate for world bowls, including with our physical disability, to raise it from 14 to 15 points. I think that would assist our B8s and get them more involved, again, growing participation and strengthening it at an international level.
So for those that might not know, Kaz, when you're looking at sort of B8, B7, B6, 5. So as you go down, that means your mobility is less.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for example, Brett Sellers, one of our amputee players in the Para Jackaroos, is a B6.
Yep.
one leg, so Brett finds it a bit more difficult to get up and down the green, sort of thing. And then, so it currently sits at 14 points. So a B7 and a B7, for example, play together. But if it was stretched to 15, then B8s would come into the fold.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So growing that space, I think, super important, and the depth internationally. So at the moment, I would say there's probably internationally at the moment in the para space, like, sort of 7 or 8, countries that do have that depth, but it definitely needs to grow even further.
So this is looking okay from Annette Ruffle. If it can just get down.
Oh, it was close.
Just held up. But her line was exquisite. It was getting down beautifully.
We talked about that relationship piece, Val, earlier, and I guess with the Paras from a coaching perspective, that they all have varying abilities in what they can do, how they recover, how they technically within their deliveries and things. So as a coach, really important to know their capabilities and how they perform best, and the strength and conditioning space that our athletes have been. They have individualised programs with the AIS now. I think Jimmy Reynolds is probably a great example of, and someone who's really embraced it. That strength and conditioning space where he's in the gym 3 or 4 times a week on an individualised program. He's now built muscle, and great shot here from Annette. That's a great shot.
She's played some absolute rippers with her last bowls. All 3 have actually have affected the head. On all 3 ends, she's been able to go from 1 down to 1 up, but Jody responded. This time there was no right of reply. So Annette Ruffle doing a wonderful job as the skip.
Great conversions from Annette Ruffle. Yeah, so it's a real space that I see, our para athletes really improving in, because if, for example, Jimmy's built muscle, it's improved his balance, but not only that, it's actually improved his ability to play back-to-back days, because his endurance has improved on the back of that. So it's a really, from a physical point of view, it's huge, and also sets these athletes in good stead outside of bowls and life in general.
It does, and I was, having, and you as well, we were staying at Oz HQ, so we saw a lot of the Australian staff at the Commonwealth Games, and I had so many that came and watched that final day and were so amazed with everything that Jimmy was doing in that final. Yeah. And he was trotting in after bowls. I think that's when you know that he's close, but the way that he played across the entire Commonwealth Games to go their first 4 matches, and those who know the BPL know how difficult it is to maintain an unbeaten record in tiebreaks. They went 4 from 4. That's near on impossible.
And probably hadn't hit their straps at that stage. No. I think the boys would
they were
admit
frustrated.
that. Yeah, but getting away with a win in a tiebreak, they were winning, which was great. And then I think Damo played his best 2 games in the semi and the final. Jimmy was playing some big bowls, I think, in the round games too, to sort of, some bombs, to try and, really assist in winning sets and things like that. But for me, I think the boys' best game was the semi-final against Scotland.
Yep.
It was one of the best games, able-bodied or para, I think, that I saw the whole of the Commonwealth Games.
Even the final round game that they played against Scotland was of the utmost quality, as this one comes in beautifully.
Shot there from Cooper. He's really got a hold of that side of the rink on his backhand. Michael can afford to give this a little bit of a show here. Jack Heish bowl. He has the back bowl.
Not sure he sent this one. Just going to dip under and stop a couple of metres short. But, yeah, the way that, those final couple of days were incredible. I know your counterpart in Scotland, Kaz number 2.
Yes.
As she tried to call herself Kaz number 1.
She tries to call herself Kaz number 1.
But, yeah, it's, the stress that, everyone was under, I think it was, and I think everyone could still appreciate how good the bowls were on those semi-finals. And
shot there from Cooper again.
Cooper Whitestyles.
Change hands.
Bringing the heat.
I think we were really mindful in playing Scotland in that last round game. Just to start with was the crowd. We were going to be up against it with the crowd.
Yep.
The para team, the Scottish para team, had a real cult following over there, potentially even more so than the open team. Like there was so many people in the crowd that knew the local para players, from Scotland. They had a great following, so we were really mindful of bringing big energy and owning the rink. Jimmy, I think in that semi-final, his presence in owning the rink would just shut them down. It was amazing.
And I think because all three of the Scottish para teams had gold medalists from Birmingham, 50% of their teams were still the defending champions from 4 years ago, and they were able to hold on to one of them in the vision impaired, as this one here that is brilliantly done from Annette Ruffle.
Just halved the jack. Unfortunately, it was a good shot there from Annette.
I thought it was going to stay like she did in the previous end in this direction.
Yeah, we've certainly got great respect for the Scottish para program and the players and what they've done. They're the women's pair are, in the top couple of the world. Pauline and Mary, and then the boys are as well in the physical disability space, and obviously their VIs won gold in Glasgow. So
the atmosphere when they held on over England was incredible. So Jodie Nikolic from Yanchep in Western Australia. It's been forced to answer a few questions early so far in this contest.
She's trying here.
Yeah, if she can.
Oh, geez, weight was so good, just fractionally narrowed to try and add another one.
Any movement on the jack for Annette Ruffle could be very beneficial. Trail it down for 3 possibly.
Track's good here.
Annette Ruffle.
She's close.
What a bowl.
Another conversion there from Annette Ruffle.
Ask and you shall receive.
Drags it back to her own bowl and Michael's. Well, that's some shot.
It's all well and good to talk about the shot that's on offer, but to actually play it, much like Serena Bonnell's final delivery in Glasgow, the shot was there, but to actually execute it and have the perfect weight for the jack to stay, incredible. And that is really well done from Annette Ruffle.
Big bowl there from Cohen Litfin as well, the blue team.
He is a very, very good bowler, is Cohen Litfin. One of the best singles players in the country.
Yep. A new addition to the Sydney Lions as well.
Breaking news, as well, that will certainly help.
That's definitely going to help. Good shot there from Jodie.
So Annette and Jodie both coming up to have a look at the head. So Sydney Lions with Cohen Litfin coming in. I don't think we can announce too much more because the teams haven't come out yet, but very, very interesting bit of breaking news on Ringside Live. You can do it. You can announce it, Kaz. You're the stalwart of the BPL. Played it. You played in APL 1, didn't you?
I did.
Yep. Not many left that did play in that edition. I think it might only be you and
Omar.
Aaron Sheriff. Yeah.
I've missed 2. I missed one when I played my 500th game in Hong Kong for Australia, And then
another one.
And then when my mum wasn't well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that was BPL. I want to say 16 when Dawnie Heyman filled in for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's a nice effort from Annette Ruffle. Very close.
Oh, it is close. Well, she's found a range here, Annette Ruffle. Making life hard here for Jodie, that's for sure.
So Jodie Nikolic, really big bowl for her. We've gone end for end. No one's won back-to-back as of yet. But Annette Ruffle has played some telling bowls so far this morning. This can cause maybe a little momentum shift.
Tyson Cromie leading up well next door for the yellow team, which is Jodie's team, Jodie and Cooper's team.
Oh, she was on a decent-ish track. It was starting to cut. So I think it's just going to be the one to Team Blue. Certainly is. So 3-1 is the score. Annette Ruffle playing brilliantly. And she's in good form.
Yeah.
Making the Australian Open final earlier this year, going down to Serena Bonnell, which there's no harm in doing because Serena has a monopoly on every singles event in the country when it comes to Paris.
Yep, very good four-bowl player. It's Lee Lazaro, our Para HP manager for Bowls Australia, helping kick the bowls back. God love her. She's a jack of all trades, that girl. Look at her.
I was giving her some stick this morning because at the office she never plays Survivor on Thursday, ever. Yet this morning there were some ball games going on out on the rink and she was participating and
yep.
I was very disappointed in her. No, she's one of the good ones, is Leah.
Yep.
Wears her heart on her sleeve.
Mickey Vassallo. Matt up the line a little bit with Jack on the tee. Yeah, Michael's really hit his line well on this rink so far. One of the few short bowls that he's played.
So we've completed 4 of 15 ends. Only singles scored so far. So
good shot here from Cooper. Yep, that's on the money.
He's leading well, isn't he?
Yeah.
You mentioned in that last end, Tyson Cromie leading up really well for Team Yellow. He's such a good singles player, but also, you know, you've seen him at the Sides Championships back at Club Tweed in 2024. He led for the best overall rink. I think it was the Craig Mills rink. And he was exceptional. He did not miss once in the matches that I called. And last year too, I think he was part of the... Was he part of that Nathan Lynch rink? I think he was, yeah. So last 2 years he's been part of the best overall rink.
Yeah, I think it's a... I think when we look at, let's say, the emerging space, like you generally find that with 4 bowls, you find a lot of good singles players because you've got 4 bowls. It's a work in progress to then become that really good 2-bowl player in a fours or, you know, like a triples type of format sort of thing. And it evolves. I think your game evolves, you know, and it is playing, you know, high level pennant, platinum, Premier League type of thing, because it is difficult to become a really good 2-bowl player.
Yeah. Because you have to, if you miss your first, you've got to make a correction with your next one, otherwise your end has not been effective.
Yep, that's right. I think in the emerging space, you know, this is the area where these players are really, you know, honing their skills and evolving their game into that two-bowl game.
Speaking of these emerging players evolving their game, he is just getting better and better as the morning goes on. Cooper Whitestyles. Splendid stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty steady on the draw, Cooper.
It's good to see how much everyone gets along at these events as well.
I think that's the best thing for me, like as a coach and selector, is seeing that camaraderie and them getting to know each other really well. Like they don't all know each other that well or have played together before.
No.
So, but if they're out there and they're, you can see them having fun, how good's that?
It's awesome.
Yep. Doing what they love. The boys over there like Jacob Aiken and Cody Marshall just cracking up, laughing about something. It's just so lovely to see.
And yeah, I've seen or spoken to a few players over the last few years that, they didn't really know each other before the event at all. They'd seen each other's name but had never met or played with each other. And then, you get to forge those sometimes lifelong friendships as a net Ruffle. Puts one down the back with Michael Vassallo. So there is a shot on offer for her with her next. Might involve her changing hands to maybe crack an egg on the bowl and push the jack back into that little cluster that they have.
We'd certainly encourage, the players to forge relationships, make good connections with other players. You're only as good as your wingman in your team. So, it's those relationships that, make a team and make memories, and they're the things that you remember when you finish your career. It's the people who were on that journey with you.
Jodie Nikolic. More questions asked, but they are holding. That first multiple of this game is going to be vital. An email has come through to me from the one and only Rob Ruffle, Annette's husband, saying, talking about Bowl Parkinson's over. It's on October 21 this year, expecting a full complement of 42 teams of 3 to attend. The entries have been open for 5 days, and they have 24 teams at the moment, so expecting it to be fully subscribed by the end of this week. Last year, they raised $16,000 in the first year, $26,000 last year, and hoping to eclipse that amount yet again this year. So last year, the weather was atrocious, but in the true spirit of the event, everyone had a great day.
Good stuff. Some nice, good info there from Rob. Thanks for sending that through, Rob. Watching the stream.
He's a good fella, is Rob.
So, Jodie.
How's her track?
Not too bad here.
Weight looking good, track looking good.
Yeah, good. Didn't open it up too much. Good shot there from Jodie. Gives Annette a little bit of a look, though. I don't think she'll be shy of this. She'll be just giving it a bit of a chance.
Well, it's what she's been doing so well with her last bowls. Can Annette Ruffle do it again?
Seen a couple of bowls here hang off on this side, on this ditch side. Weight was pretty good. Opportunity here.
This could be the first multiple barring a catastrophe. And it's looking like it's a 3 at the moment.
Just talking about the players before Val too, like obviously, the selectors put the teams together. And we try and mix them up. They're obviously not playing with people they played with last year, so often in this event playing with people haven't played with before, which then offers up another challenge.
Because you've got to learn those relationships. You've got to learn what each other's strengths and weaknesses are.
Yep.
Jodie just shoots that one past. So that is the lead for Cooper Whitestyles and Jodie Nikolic. Cooper has led superbly, and Jodie adding when she needed to. A third of the way through this contest, and it's 4-3 in favour of Team Yellow. Team Blue won it last year. Lindsay Clark bowed out of her Team Blue coaching career with a victory. She's had the blue war paint on the last couple of years, always goes with the blue nail polish. This year she has to be a little bit more impartial running the event.
She's running the event, pulled up stumps after winning, so smart girl.
She does that a lot, doesn't she?
Just wanted to make mention, too, boys, of so obviously our head coach, Gary, has put his resignation in, and Rebecca Van Ash was coaching one of the teams as Lindsay was running the event. Yep. So, and then Beck's now acting performance director. We needed another coach, so it gave a really great opportunity to one of our performance coaches who have been doing some great work with Ellen Faulkner in the coach development space, and Stewie White, who is from St John's Park. Opportunity came Stewie's way to coach the blue team, and he was so excited.
Well, there'll be a little chat with Stewie on Without Bias tonight on 11:16 SEN radio in Melbourne and on their app, and it'll also be available on Bowls Australia's YouTube channel tomorrow, and just how ecstatic he was to get the call up. He said it was unexpected, but he's someone that really gives to the future of this sport, and he does a lot with the coaching of the next generation, the under-18s and those really young bowlers, as Cooper Whitestyles puts in another beauty.
Found his range, Cooper, hasn't he? Yeah, Stewie did some great work with the juniors at Moama and is now in a position with St John's Park in Sydney, doing some great stuff too. And Stewie asked me to mentor him in a coaching role on the back of the performance coaches camp at the AIS, and he certainly gets the culture. He loves immersing himself in the HP space. But this is such a great coaching development opportunity for Stewie to be in the environment, in this HP environment at this level, and to really learn and soak it all up, and he's the perfect person for it.
He's just such a good human, isn't he?
He's a great guy, yeah.
We were lucky because he's such a good bowls administrator as well. We were lucky enough to work with him at Moama with the BPL, but he also worked as part of the staff team at the World Championships in 2023. And he was such a good guy to have around. Staunch Scotsman he is. Up north, close to Inverness, Scotland. I was supposed to head up there during my trip, but Viator, who I booked a 12-hour Highlands and Loch Ness tour with, glitched and booked me for July 20 instead of August 4.
Next year?
No, July 20 while I was on the plane the next day. I vividly remember clicking August 4, paid nearly $200 and still trying to get my refund.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
so,
unfortunate.
rocked up. It was the day after I got out of Glasgow, so I was exhausted. Got up early, got to the bus at 8 o'clock in the morning in Edinburgh, only to find out that I had missed my date by 2 weeks. And I was, safe to say, I was pretty angry.
Oh, you've missed out there, Inverness. I
was devastated because it was the one thing I was so excited to do.
Inverness is one of my favourite parts in Scotland.
Thanks, Cass.
Yeah, my best mate came around. He's actually heading home tonight to Glasgow. Her family's she's obviously from Glasgow. She's a Ouija, so excited to get home and see the fan band.
But yeah, hopefully next time I go to Scotland, I'll be able to get up there and spend a bit of time.
We see Annette just utilising Stewie here on the sideline as ringside coach. So really great to see Annette working with Stu, getting some advice. Just see in the background there, Annette talking to Stewie. And it's often as a ringside coach not telling the athlete what shot to play. It's sort of getting a feel for what they're thinking initially, and then discussing options, and then deciding on one and backing the athlete. Of course, no shot clock in this format, Val, which makes it easier.
Certainly does. It's kind of weird when they were both coming up to have a look at the head. I'm so used to the shot clock now after watching it for 2 weeks at Glasgow. And you realise, oh, hang on, no, we're playing more traditional format here. So 2 hour 15 time limit. We have an hour and a half left, so we should be fine in terms of getting our full allotment in.
Because it was a new format implementation with the shot clock, and certainly in the power space for Glasgow, our players were really well versed in playing and experiencing and training with the shot clock. I was a bit worried that a lot of the smaller countries who weren't so used to it would lose a lot of bowls over there, but I think they just adapted really well, and just you lose one and then that's probably you have to hurry up, sort of thing. So, but it also it has an effect on your pre-shot routine and the timing of being down at the head, getting back to the mat in time, and there wasn't as many bowls lost as I thought there would be.
No. There was a couple that I vividly remember. I think Liam Hill up against Gary Kelly.
Yeah.
There was one there, a pretty crucial one, but
I think you learn pretty quickly.
Yeah, you do.
You have to.
I don't think it was, but I saw a bit of Liam throughout the games, and I don't think it happened again once. But I think it was really good to see some players who you may not have seen before, or players that have had really good results at World Champion of Champions, give themselves an opportunity to go and win some medals. And I thought Malika Nathan played really well from Tonga. Shea Wilson was a great story. It was one bowl away from getting into the final, and would have been amazing to see that. But she has made the semi-finals at the last 2 Commonwealth Games now.
Some great results, Shea. She's a really strong competitor in that international scene, and coming from a small nation of Norfolk.
Can we claim her? It's the territory of Australia. So not a bad bowl.
Great to see someone from like their population is minimal, obviously, and seeing a smaller nation do so well, I think.
Guernsey as well. We've had Lucy Beer on the grass at Leamington, and then Ali Marion at the indoor at Glasgow. Net Ruffle. I'm going to get down. Just not going to.
Hanging off a bit with weighted shots this rink, isn't it?
And now looking at what these two have been able to do. Another 2 for Cooper and Jody. Cooper just applying a lot of pressure to Michael Vassallo here as the lead. And 3-bowl pairs, if your lead is on it, you are generally setting it up for your skip. 6-3 is the lead now. 3 shots.
You see the girls using their mobile phones scoring, which is, again, a reasonably new concept.
How were they when you told them you had to do it?
They're not texting each other. I know that.
They could be.
It's great learning for them. You know, like it's super instant. Yep.
Got to know how to multitask.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Whitestyles. I think you could put that jack anywhere and he would find it the way that he's been going today.
Yeah. Finding his range well here. Lisa Phillips looking for a touch. What a shot there from Lisa Phillips from the yellow team. It's a great story. Lisa's story's a great story, I have to say. Like, I was playing against Lisa, in the middle of my career, sort of thing, and sort of had been out of the game from a representative perspective for a bit, and really keen to step back into that space. Lisa is, and sits in the emerging squad at the moment and playing some of the best bowls she's played, I think, in her career.
Yeah, she's playing very, very well. And performances at the Nationals last year were quite splendid. And looking at what a lot of these players are doing, sort of a few people are having sort of career renaissances.
I see Lise as one of the in a leadership role. Sort of thing. She's her behaviours and the way that she sort of leads teams and things. It's really to be admired. And I know a lot of the young players look up to Lise, and she's really good with them. So it's good to see her back in the fold. Cooper.
That's brilliant.
He's all over it.
Again, you can look at those bowls. He's putting an abundance of pressure on Michael Vassallo.
Jacob Nelson drives. Jack goes back up the rink.
Those Nelson brothers have brilliant drives on them. But that is mightily unlucky.
Cohen Litfin literally has about 4 or 5 metres to count. These are the hardest ones.
Yep. I think he's done it.
He's good.
Yeah.
I think he was a bit worried there for a sec.
That's pretty close. So I think Vassallo goes around the back. So they have bowls back there now, but the way that Cooper has led, it just puts so much pressure on Annette Ruffle to execute. So across the day today, it is blue versus yellow across the 3 sessions and red versus green. And each colour will play each other once across the 3 days of action. So we run today, tomorrow and Thursday, and the schedule or Ringside Live schedule will be announced each evening. Lindsay Clark will flick that through to us, and then we'll let you know on Bowls Australia's social media channels on who is playing what and who is playing who. And you can, of course, head to results.bowlslink.com.au or the Bowlslink app to get the live scores and follow along with your favourite players.
I just watched Lucas Protopappas hand Jake Rinn on the green team, his bowl on the next rink. Like, it's so good having the the Paras and the Opens playing same team. So good to see. Good shot there from Jody first up.
And Lucas, we know he's just a bundle of energy.
He's up and about.
He always is. There's always a smile on his face. Don't think he says a bad word about many people.
No, he's ever the optimist, isn't he, Lucas?
Well, name somebody else that would tip Essendon every week in this AFL season. Nobody.
No,
he's the
I
only,
can't.
He's the only one. So it's cost him in the footy tipping. I've been telling him for years not to do it. But he doesn't listen. He's an optimist. He thinks they're going to win every week.
Loyal to the hilt.
Yep.
The sun poking its nose through.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's probably not quite that yet, Val, as you sit
It's
there with
nice
a
to
beanie
see.
on. I've got a big long puffy jacket on down to my ankles. I don't know if it's nice.
Well, no, I mean, it's nice to see.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's not that
Thanks
it's
for clarifying.
It's not that it's nice weather-wise. We're used to being indoors for 2 weeks. I'm not used to the elements anymore.
Not quite sure I'd survive the Melbourne winter, but anyway.
You cope.
What about the hardened Tasmanian on the end of the table here?
Connor's, this is shorts and T-shirt weather for
he
him.
doesn't actually own any long pants, does Connor?
I don't think he does. Well, you'll find out next week at conference whether Connor owns pants. Apparently, he's not bringing them.
No, not on the packing list.
So again, Cooper and Jody, with all the momentum, they're holding all the cards in this end.
Just feel like they've got some really good momentum going at the moment. Jody and Cooper on the back of Cooper's very good leading. Jody's really starting to hit her straps too here now. Take that confidence out of Cooper leading so well. Not having to convert end after end. Just got a little bit of heat on this. Oh, that was tricky.
Oh, she made it work.
That was tricky.
So we get a plane fairly low to Deer Park, sort of on the route to Melbourne Airport in the landing process.
Right, Annette. She played this quite well, actually.
It's close.
Needs to hold to Jody's bowl. Oh, well, that was a better line than she played with a conversion going down in this direction 2 ends ago. It's a very good effort. Didn't get the chocolates, but not far off.
So this is dangerous. Is it any more than 2?
Umpire called. Deer Park volunteer umpires.
Great to see that they've volunteered their time to come and assist with this event. Of course, the last 3 iterations of the event, we've gone to Broadbeach, we've gone to Club Tweed and Helensvale. This is the first time it's been out of Queensland, which is great to see. Keep hogging everything.
Yeah, played on the carpet surface the last couple of years for NDS. So first 2 years was grass. Second 2 years has been carpet. Guaranteed good weather under here.
Yes, for sure. Helensvale as well with their new facility, which is fantastic. Don't think I've actually seen that device before. What do they call that, Kaz?
I'm going to say it's a treble.
Tremel, okay.
I think. Don't see it too often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor's saying it's everywhere in Tassie. Actually, yeah, in 5.5 years of commentating bowls, I don't actually think I've seen one of these get whipped out.
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, I think it, or trammel, one or the other.
I think that's, yeah,
Trammel,
it might be,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have heard the word before. So, 2 it is.
There you go. Effective.
Yep. And very quick too. So this is getting more and more dangerous if your name's Michael Vassallo and Annette Ruffle. 8 shots to 3. Even the jack rolls are going well.
Just heard Lisa Phillips encouraging Sheridan Bodner. She's calling her Don. Good shot, Don.
Some interesting nicknames.
Brilliant. It's great to see, Sheridan's she's an up-and-comer, South Australian.
Yeah. She's a great human.
She's fairly quiet,
Yeah.
playing with someone like Lisa Phillips, who's owns the rink. Her presence is amazing. Well, Lisa's encouragement is excellent. Sheridan would be getting a lot out of playing with Lisa and Lisa's knowledge, learning. Well, Michael gave it a chance. Past the jack that's in the game. Cooper on his merry way here. Well, that's sensational. Yeah. Sensational leading there from Cooper Whitestyles.
He has been so good.
So 8-3 to the yellow team. In the para mixed pairs, we've got 10-6, Lisa Phillips and Sheridan Bodner up over Sophie Kurzman and Sam Nerona.
Just trying to see what's happening in the fours next door.
Yellow team up in 2 out of 3, and as soon as the tall Cohen Litfin moves away from the scoreboard, we'll be able to see. So 10-6 to the yellow. So yellow up on the 3 rinks so far against the blue. Good start for them.
I think red. Which team is the only? There's only one team that hasn't been able to win so far. I think it was green, I believe. I think yellow won the first year, then red year 2, blue won last year.
Yeah, JR was red, I think.
Yeah.
Coach of the red team. Lenny's won before. Yep, the Blues.
So I think Team Green is the only one that's yet to taste victory.
Well, Michael Vassallo setting the trap at the back there.
Can Annette get there? She was doing so. Those first 4 ends, her bowls were sublime. Jodie and Cooper have tightened the screws. But if she can manage to get the jack back, those 3 bowls are waiting in the wings.
So, Valtel, I haven't actually been to Ocean Grove.
Yes.
So, yeah, BPL's obviously down there in November. Good facility.
To be honest,
I'm looking forward to going.
I've not been. I've been to Ocean Grove, but never been to the club. So I will be there in 2 weeks for the School Sport Australia National Bowls Championships. So we'll get first-hand experience streaming, which is really exciting. So there's some breaking news for you. We'll be back on Ringside Live in 2 weeks at Ocean Grove from Tuesday afternoon to Thursday morning, which should be really exciting. And look, it is a great part of the world. The Bellarine Peninsula is stunning. You've got some really good pubs, some really good food, cafes, a fantastic. You're a stone's throw away from Point Lonsdale, where there's a really cool lighthouse, and you can actually, Point Lonsdale is one of the tips of Port Phillip Bay.
Okay.
So you can see the other side of Point Nepean. Sometimes there's some ships that go through, which are quite large. So as a boy, that can be quite exciting at times. But no, it's really awesome. You've got Queenscliff as well. Port Arlington is beautiful. There's a really nice brewery as well, cider brewery.
Right.
That's opened up out there.
Never really been down that part of the world before, so I'm looking forward to going. And obviously Ocean Grove hosting a lot of big events, which is great, in a really great facility. And obviously Maddie Flapper and Tyson are down there, so should be good fun. And
you're a stone's throw away from the Great Ocean Road as well, which is one of the more picturesque drives that you can do in Victoria. You've got Torquay, Anglesea, Cape Otway, on the way to Port Campbell and the 12 Apostles. One of my good mates, Millie Tapper from Table Tennis, has a holiday house at Port Fairy, which is a fair bit away along, isn't it? Yeah. That is, I think, right down the other side, so past Warrnambool. Never had the pleasure of heading out to Port Fairy, but it's definitely on the bucket list. She loves it. But yeah, if you get a chance, Kaz, have a look at the Bellarine. There's some great spots. Well, Jodie very wisely going for cover there. Yeah, looking forward to this. Is going to be the closest BPL I've had to home. sort of about an hour and a half away.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. But, Moama's obviously not too far, but... yeah, looking forward to getting to Ocean Grove and doing some exploring. Not that we get that much time to. The BPL from, 8 in the morning till
it's hectic,
11 at night?
One of my favourite events.
It is good.
Love playing the BPL. It's good stuff.
And it really is a good part of the world, Ocean Grove. There's some great places to eat. Nice little delis and all that sort of stuff.
Tyson Cromie just headed over to Jodie and give her a little low five there. A bit of encouragement. You're going well. It's good to see.
Well, Cooper Whitestyles has played a perfect end, really, because all of his 3 bowls are holding. And they are well on their way from 3-1 down. They've won 4 ends in a row, 3, 2, 2 and 3.
Yeah, a leading performance as good as anyone on the green at the moment, Cooper Whitestyles.
This is really ominous for the Vassallo Ruffle combination. Up next, we've got some mixed fours action. Shakoosh, Morrison, Rin and Lynch of Team Green up against Cronin, Bickley, Oster and Fisher.
Is that a Commonwealth Games gold medalist just walking past us?
It is.
With his hood up and a pair of gloves on. Jimmy Reynolds.
Jimmy Reynolds.
Here he is. No?
He can't do the scoreboard.
Are your fingers frozen up, Jimmy?
Remote's not working.
Okay. Are you warm enough? Are you okay?
I am, thank you so much. Yes. How are we going over here?
You don't look it.
We're good. He looks cold, Jimmy.
You do.
I'm loving life.
He's got his gloves.
You're loving life. You should be. That's what happens. You're a Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
So there you go. We're not all perfect. Jimmy can't get the scoreboard working.
It's like his fingers were that cold he couldn't press the button.
He's one of the all-time humans. Is Jimmy Reynolds?
Yes, he's in the good human category. Cooper
Whitestyles.
Wow,
this is
killing it, isn't he?
A supreme leading game. He's the supreme leader.
This is where Michael Vassallo just needs to take his time and make the correction. He just needs 2 feet on his last bowl. He's looking really good here, Mick.
Has he sent it?
That's a really good shot there from Michael. Just run into Cooper's bowl, but it was really good. Good stuff. Take some positives out of that one.
So Mick Vassallo, can he get to the crossover? Holding. Don't think he's going to, or is he? No. Slightly frustrated, but Cooper Whitestyles playing brilliant. Pam Dodman watching on. Saying hi, Karen and Val. Congrats, Karen, and your para-volunteers for all the work you do with these amazing athletes. What a Commonwealth Games result it was for those who participated. Pam from Yarrawonga.
That's nice, Pam. Big team effort from our HP team.
It takes a village.
Wonderful athletes.
then you look at, Jess McMullen does an amazing job as well.
Our carers that,
Yep.
that look after the para athletes off green, amazing job. They all have different needs.
Jess is a laugh.
Mm.
I think she called our CEO Matthew Kennedy bro at the Commonwealth Games, which was very entertaining for me.
Wasn't aware of that. That's
Very, very funny. It was on the last night. I think Matthew.
What did Matthew say?
Nothing really.
Oh, that's funny.
It was very entertaining for me. So now every time I see her, I just call her bro.
Oh, that's funny. Annette Ruffle, a little
What
bit
has
of
she
weight
got?
here, looking to sit off that. That's a great shot from Annette Ruffle.
Desperately needed as well.
Gave it a chance. A bit close there. Chance been shot. Cooper just having a really good look here. It's close.
Fairly close.
Land off Cooper's bowl.
I dare say it'll probably change with these next few bowls. But again, Cooper has just put his bowls in such a good position where even if Annette and Mick do play a good bowl, he's in the way.
Well, Jodie on the forehand. Just hanging off a little bit. Weight wasn't bad. Make something happen. Michael having a really good look here too. It's probably just a draw shot on the backhand for Annette if she happens to get a touch on it. Happy days, but try and negotiate the blue bowl of Michael's.
Annette Ruffle. I think she's going to crash right into it,
Well,
but
this could be good though. Little
Yeah.
touch. Yeah, made two.
I think the weight was critical there because if she did get around, it was good, but then if she did pump it up and hit it belly,
Any weight to this, really. Jack back. Confident weight right through, said Cooper. I like it. Backhand gives herself a chance to get back to the jack. Jack down the line.
really good, concise call too from Cooper, showing confidence in his skip, saying, I believe you got this. Jodie Nikolic now. Backhand it's going to be. This is N9 of 15. So weight it is.
Good weight too. Tell you what,
She's not far.
Oh, killed it.
And they've
Great
got
shot.
two on the respot.
That's a-
maybe one.
That's a great shot there from Jodie Nikolic. Yep.
Yep, one.
Back next to Cooper's bowl there.
Couldn't quite see Mix out in the corner of my eye, but it's right there in front of me on screen. So Annette with an opportunity, but that is a brilliant bowl.
Great shot there, conversion from Jodie.
Annette's going to come up and have a look at this just to survey what she needs to do. Another comment coming through from someone who we may know, Serena Bonnell, wishing all our para players a great campaign, but a particular shout out to our Queensland contingent. Go well. Oh, well done to you, Serena. What an incredible final bowl that was at the Commonwealth Games. Probably the bowl of the tournament. Going back and listening to Lindsay and Clive's commentary of it, it was so
It was good, wasn't it?
And when I was overseas, I logged onto HBO Max to watch something while I had some downtime on my holiday, and they had the TNT coverage. It was very different.
It was very subdued.
Yes, very different.
Yep. Yeah, it was funny. Linny and I are rooming together this week, and we were talking about that exact thing. She was telling me, commentating through that final and that last bowl. She said, I just, like, my commentator head went, and I was just talking, like, naturally, like, basically what I was feeling and seeing. Really authentic.
But I think that's the beauty of these international events when you are commentating your country, and you see it at the World Cup as well. Yeah. That's when I think a little bit of bias is okay.
Yeah.
And, it's where you get some of the best moments of commentary, and I think Clive and Lindsay did such a good job from what I've seen, in nailing that balance between, obviously wanting Australia to win, but also recognising when there were brilliant bowls played by other countries. And I think like Clive's call of the Gary Kelly bowl that sunk Corey and Teasy, that was superb.
Yeah. I mean, they're working for Channel 7 and our own broadcast, so they're allowed to be biased.
Exactly. And that is a ripper from Jody Nikolic. They continue on their merry way. 5 ends on the bounce now. They've won 6 of the 9 that we've played, and they lead 12 shots to 3 with 6 ends to play. So it's getting to the point where they're starting to need some big results here. Give Vassallo and a net ruffle.
Well, the blue team really needs to get the mat and change the length and try and throw Cooper off. That's probably first and foremost.
Don't think anything could throw him off at the moment.
Gets it away smooth as.
And again, Jody Nikolic says, you're on fire. Mind and senses purified. Cooper's on fire. He is tearing it up. And it just shows how crucial a good lead is in 3-bowl pairs, Kaz.
Oh, absolutely. Shot, Michael.
Tell you what, if he's got the weight here, Cooper Whitestyles, he's in again, and he is in again.
We copped some rain last night, wasn't it?
I didn't actually hear any of it.
Yeah, poured.
I saw this morning when I left at home, but no, I didn't hear any of the rain. When you're in an apartment, you actually don't hear it as much.
I saw on our socials that Mick Malloy was doing a bit of a bowl off for tickets to the NFL, is it?
Yeah, so that's a brilliant bowl from Michael Vassallo. Gets something behind. Yeah, so there's the season opener of the NFL is going to be held at the MCG, I think, in a couple of weeks. Couldn't tell you who's playing. I think one of them is the Rams. Mm-hmm. And then they're doing a Super Bowl off or something like that we shared. And, yeah, Mick Malloy might be turning back the Crackerjack clock. I think he wants to be involved in it.
Richmond Bowling Club, is that right?
Yeah, Richmond Union. Yep, just off Bridge Road.
Which was the club that Crackerjack was filmed at?
Was it? I thought it was Melbourne Bowling Club.
Was it?
South, in Windsor.
Yeah, okay.
But I know Mick does live pretty close to Richmond Union as a
Richmond man.
Good Richmond man. So this one from Mick is going to dip underneath. But yeah, it should be good. Hopefully we can see some good bowls. Don't know how Mick could get that flipper away now.
Obviously had some involvement with the BPL promo in the early days of BPL. I remember that. We did a media shoot up at a club in Brisbane, I think, before the first BPL 1, which was many moons
2013.
ago.
Hard to believe it's been 13 years.
I know.
But yeah, there's been 23 iterations of the Bowls Premier League now, heading into BPL 24. This will be my 13th, Kaz.
You're racking them up too, Val.
Yeah. First one was BPL 12. Jody Nikolic is not on a bad line. Needs to start darting in. Does so, and ends up in a pretty good spot. And the danger is looming hard for Mick Vassallo and a net Ruffle.
Annette. That's a really good shot from Annette. Oh, very good.
Brilliantly done and so well needed. They need to get themselves back on the board. 6 ends, including this one. And it's not panic stations, but a multiple is what's needed. They've won 3 ends. They'd won 3 of the first 4 to lead 3-1. Since then, it's been 3, 2, 2, 3, and 1 for Cooper and Jody.
Jody Nikolic.
So a little bit of confident weight here. It's making its way down. Is it going to cut in enough?
Gee, she only just missed that. That was an effort. Try and chip that bowl off.
Well, she's given herself a really good indication of where to be ahead of her last.
Annette Ruffle. Oh, she's in the area here. Split and run. Oh, yep, no, she touched the jack back. Made a shot there, I think. That's a good shot. Again, weight called here from...
So go big.
Cooper's called run firm again like she did last end.
Well, yeah, anywhere the jack goes, if she doesn't hit it too hard, all of their bowls are in such good catching positions.
Jody doesn't seem quite on board with the call, but
I like it.
I like it too.
Jody Nikolic.
Oh, gee, she only just missed that too.
Very good effort.
Good
So,
weighted shots there from Jody Nikolic over the last couple of ends.
and the thing is here for Annette, you know, yes, they're going to win this end probably, but getting a second is going to be so difficult.
Yeah, it sure will be. Draw shot on the forehand, probably, if anything. Delicate.
How's this one tracking from Annette Ruffle? I tell you what, she's not on a bad line. Just misses the jack in the end. Her weight might have been a bit of an issue, but they're back on the board, and let's see what they do with the mat here.
Yep, mat on the tee is the call. Change it up.
12 shots to 4.
Yep.
8 the difference. 5 ends to play. 50 minutes to get through them. Should not be a problem at all. Oh, we've got Tom back up. How I've missed the Bowls Australia stream. Sorry I'm late. It's been a great match so far. A couple of complimentary words to me as well. I think you're my only fan, Tom. But I love you.
Good on you, Tom.
But, well, you're not watching.
Better late than never.
No. Was he not watching the indoors? Connor and Maddie Lucas were bringing the heat. Tom, you gotta listen to those two.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a change of length here. Mat on the tee, fraction longer, I would say. See what Michael Vassallo brings here on this end with a little change of length.
He has to be on it early. And unfortunately, he's just drifted past, so let's see what Cooper does.
Well, I think he started well again here with a change of length. Cooper, Whitestyles.
Doesn't matter where you put that jack and where you put the mat, he will find it. He's owning this rink this morning.
Bowling out of his skin at the moment.
Can Michael Vassallo make his way down? Well, yeah, there's a lot of matches where you can have it on a string and they're not live streamed, but this one, Cooper Whitestyles, he's had it on a string and he can go back and watch it as well.
And he has again.
Tell you what, he's done it again, hasn't he? Wow. Remember, and we talk about it a lot at the office, Lucas Protopapas in the Australian triples final last year or I think it was the semi-final possibly. He absolutely dominated that birdie indoor. He was leading superbly.
2 really good bowls there for Michael Vassallo as well. 1 at the back. It's a good start there for Mick.
But yeah, and Lucas, I think he's gone back and watched that a few times because it was on live stream, and you can even see the little head wobble when he was strolling down after he'd done his good work at the crossover.
Pretty happy with himself.
Oh, yeah. He's still happy with himself. He still brings it up, as I said.
Brilliant. Well, wise man once said, you got to celebrate your wins.
Yep. Now, and in fairness, I did boost his ego last Thursday. We were all sitting having lunch at the office, and he was at the table, and I said, and I've started pumping up his tyres. Have to give him some love sometimes.
Yeah. Yep. I was in the office last Thursday with
you. You were? Doing some driving around the city. I heard you clocked up the kilometres.
Yeah, certainly did.
So Jody strides to the mat, and Annette will do so as well. So they need to win this end. They need to string a couple together.
Definitely. 12-4 on 10. It's going to be a tough task, but mathematically possible, no doubt.
A 3 is probably what they're really after, just to cut that margin back to, within a full count. Even cutting it back to 6 just gives them some hope, but with the respot, it's always very difficult.
few onlookers turned up here too at the National Development Series, which was really great to see. A few of the family members. I see Jack Lewis's mum Donna over there. They travel everywhere to watch Louis play.
So good.
Sophie Kurzman's mum to the left of me here.
Yep.
It's good.
That's awesome. Jodie Kurzman is always around watching Sophie play.
It's one of the highlights of my career, having my mum and dad come and watch me when I was younger and driving me around. And, you get you're very grateful that the time that your mum and dad put into you, driving you for here and there when you don't have your licence and enabling you to play in events. You don't realise it when you're younger. When you get older, you think, wow, that was a big commitment from them.
Yeah. Well, 100% now that I realise how bad traffic is all the time. Especially Connor was telling me about some circumspect driving from one of the locals around Caroline Springs this morning, driving on the grass, trying to overtake some people. Did you see that this morning?
I was in that van too.
What was going on there?
Not in the van that was trying to overtake people. Just
so was you driving,
Just clarifying, I was in the same van as Connor witnessing it. Yeah, it was pretty ordinary.
Yeah, you don't usually see that too often, but very interesting to hear.
Brendan.
Thought you were going to admit that it was you driving, Kaz.
Oh, no. It's too much. I wouldn't do it, but I'm a scaredy cat.
You actually should have got the number plate. We could have named and shamed Connor.
Good shot here from Jodie, just going over. It was actually really dangerous. It was really poor, wasn't it, Connor?
Could have sent it out to Jackie Felgate. She would have posted it and got them named and shamed. If you see it tomorrow, let me know, Connor. He's nodding in assurance as Annette Ruffle. So she got a little touch of the jack to give themselves one. So they've won multiple ends on one occasion in this match.
Currently holding 2 feet in front.
But they've not dropped more than a single, Cooper and Jodie. They've always been at least second shot.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Quite ridiculous.
Cody Marshall playing a really good shot there. Blue team. So that men's triples, yellow versus blue, just the blue team's just made a bit of a run on the yellow team. Only down by 3 now, 13-10 on 15. And on the other rink, 10 all. So both blue teams in the Opens have made a bit of a run. All 3 rinks of the yellows were up maybe 45 minutes ago. Annette just gets a roll out of Jodie's bowl. Doesn't make another one, but Cooper has called for another run. 3 ends in a row now.
Well, she was close with her 2 attempts in the last end. Nailed the one 2 ends ago, so let's see.
Definitely.
Really interesting pre-shot routine of Jodie Nikolic. She'll shadow bowl like that right there. And then you'll see her pick the bowl up, couple of practice swings, and then she'll launch into it.
Very methodical with her setup and technique and pre-shot routine.
Not far away.
Yeah, another good attempt.
The pre-shot routine is so important because if you get that right every time, you're generally feeling more relaxed as you're on the mat. I know you've got a pretty good pre-shot routine, Kaz. It's very, very similar every single time. How important is it for bowlers just to have that repetition?
Yeah, I think it's the one sort of constant in your game that you can rely on. You know, it's what you default to when things aren't going well. So, yes, it's a physical thing, but I think more so it's a mental thing where it keeps you present. It stops you from, becoming sort of outcome focused, and it just keeps you sticking to the process and staying present within your mindset. The idea is to stop you from thinking about the poor bowl you just played or the poor end you just played, but just really concentrating on that one bowl in your hand and what you can control. I think the key is not to change it, like to try and replicate it every time, keep it the same.
For sure.
You watch any good sports person on YouTube all around the world, from tennis to golf, the timing of their pre-shot routine's the same. It's the same steps, same process.
And when things are rushed, and you can see it with bowls, with the shot clock, especially at the Com Games, that's when people weren't able to achieve their outcome or their desired outcomes. As well, speaking of desired outcomes, I think he's hit it every single time as Cooper Whitestyles. It's quite ridiculous what he's putting together.
It was interesting with Damo at Com Games, the lead of the boys' para pairs. So the practice rink, prior to the match, you're literally only getting 12 minutes to practice, and you had to try and get any bowls down as you could. And it actually threw Damo's pre-shot routine out because he was rushing on the practice rink, which ran a different pace to the game green and rinks that we played on. So
I actually never saw that practice rink. Apparently it ran beautifully.
It did, but it was actually throwing his timing out. So Damo ended up not practicing on it at all prior to the game, and just got back to, we did some work over at Glasgow Indoor with him and just got him back to within his timing of his pre-shot routine, his normal timing, and it helped him greatly. So Michael looking to get down here. That's a good shot there from Mickey Vassallo. Cooper will probably try and keep the weight of his bowl past and draw a toucher. 12-5 up with 4 to go. Nice little buffer. Good shot, Cody Marshall from the Blues.
Cooper Whitestyles, his weight was spot on, but Mickey Vassallo has just lifted ever so slightly these last couple of ends, and they've gone back to back, but they need a multiple, because ones over the next 4 ends, including this one, are not going to be enough.
Certainly warmed up a bit, hasn't it?
It's not as cold as it was.
Yeah.
Can get very chilly, and also Deer Park is it's very open. Like, there's not really many tall buildings around this area, so it can get quite cold in the mornings, especially because you've got the freeway right there, so there's not as many buildings as well. So you get a bit of that cooler, fresh air in the morning. But in typical Melbourne fashion, the sun is out. May torrential downpour later.
Yeah. 1 to 5 mils, I think, predicted today.
Yeah. Might have had them overnight. Who knows?
Maybe.
Definitely didn't hear any rain. Actually, had the fan on last night. It was very warm in the apartment.
Had the heater on.
Net Ruffle. We're going to try and change things up a little bit. Add in another one if she can. Not a mile away here.
Yep.
That will do.
Yep. That's a good shot there from Annette.
And
That's
just
2 out of it.
Clipped Cooper's away as well. Can they add another one after this? Jody Nikolic answering some questions here.
Jacob Nelson on the attack next door. Good hit. Oh, it's come up the green again.
Twice. Same direction.
Geez, you don't see that very often. Yeah, not got the result that, again, that Jacob was looking for. Well, Jody's in the area here. Weight was not bad.
So what are the options here to try and score something big? Is it just a dead draw for a 3? I think he's...
Yeah, three would be handy, wouldn't it? If they could get a 3 on this end, get themselves back into a position to make a run.
Well, 3 cuts it back to 12-8 with 3 ends to go.
It's doable.
Which makes things much more interesting. Was 12-3 after 9, so they have won the last 2 ends. Weight dependent here. Let's have a look at how this is tracking. Her line is wide-ish, but...
Weight was good.
Jody coming up to have a look.
Discussing the head here, yellow team. Of course, we've got the girls skipping this game from a selection perspective. Cooper talking to Jimmy Reynolds, discussing what shot to play. Selectors sort of mixed up disciplines, and sometimes in the para space the boys will skip. This time the girls are skipping. Jody probably not done a lot of skipping roles, I would imagine, but good learning piece for Jody. So, backhand was the call.
Jody Nikolic, an end win here would probably put it to bed.
Backhand run up. That was the call from Jimmy Reynolds.
Wow, she's just missed again, but that now... Clip. Yeah, so it is 3. I was going to say, clipping that back bowl could have been an issue, and it is. So that's 3.
Well, that certainly helps.
And 4 ends to go. It's just on 1 an end now, just over. So 12 shots to 8. And for the first time, they get a multiple. And they tighten the screws a little bit here. Michael Vassallo and Annette Ruffle.
Tyson Cromie, 2 within a foot.
That's ridiculously good. And I think you can put this down to Michael Vassallo lifting his game here. He's going with Cooper Whitestyles a little more.
Yeah, and I think the change, winning that end and the change of length instigated that little run. So they just needed to get the mat, and they did.
But have they left their run too late? 3 ends to play, 4 shots the difference.
Very doable. Good start there too from Mick. Okay.
All right. Now the gauntlet's been thrown down to Cooper. He's had every single answer to every question that's been posed to him this morning. But these final 3 ends are going to be crucial. Team Blue has taken the lead in the women's pairs at 15-11 in front.
That's a massive turnaround.
Yeah. Sheridan Bodnar and Lisa Phillips are down on Sophie Kurzman and Sammy Nerona. Team Yellow leading the men's fours next, yes, it is men's fours next door.
Triples.
Triples, sorry.
Yep.
Apologies.
Trying here. Close, Cooper.
Next match starting at 12:15. That'll be mixed fours between Shakouche, Morrison, Rin and Lynch of Team Green up against Reds, Cronin, Bickley, Oster and Fisher.
Hayden Oster turned 21 today.
Yes, I did hear this.
Great opportunity for him to play third in a fours team. Good young guy.
Also the AO Fours winning skip this year against a pretty handy lineup of Wedlock, By Norris, Aaron Tees. Forgot who was playing third in that team. And Nathan Black, yes. Blackie was playing second,
not a bad lineup.
Not bad at all. Considering Teasy won the singles, Corey won the player of the tournament, Jay By Norris made the final of the men's pairs. And also, two of them played the Com Games. So Cooper Whitestyles again, just holding sway.
Yeah, Michael played a really good end there. Two really good close bowls. And it's trying here. Well, that's a great shot. Good shot. Fell back in towards the jack as well. Maybe not quite shot, but another one in there. Boys triples next door finished. Yellow team wins that rubber. Team of Tyson Cromie, Jacob Aitken, Jacob Nelson.
Well, Jacobs.
A lot of height in that blue team. Brendan Wilson, Cohen Litvin, Cody Marshall.
Yeah, they're not short. Definitely not short. Jody.
Just fractionally wide. Well, I'm really interested in this girls' pairs game. It's big change, big turnaround there. 15-11 to the blue team over yellow team of Lisa Phillips and Sheridan Bodnar. Great comeback from the Blues. Sophie and Sam, Nerona.
How's this one from Annette? They need to keep winning ends. Losing one hurts every chance that they've gotten. Looks like they might be one down here. Annette is out of bullets.
Yeah, maybe one down too. Just give it a show here. Maybe just a fraction over from Jody. Might be one to the yellow. We'll see. It's close.
I think yellow would be desperately hoping it is, and it is. So 5 is the required target to tie things with 2 ends to go for Michael Vassallo and Annette Ruffle. And Cooper Whitestyles and Jody Nikolic look like they are very, very close to taking this rubber out. The overall tie will be decided at the end of the day.
Michael and Annette have done well to get themselves into a position, where they are and to try and win this game, because it was looking ominous early.
Well, 12-3 after 9 to 12-8 after 12, I think that's a really decent chunk out of what was quite a big lead. So, look, 2 ends to go. It's by no means over. If they can score a 3 here, there's always a 2 on offer.
Absolutely.
So, Cooper just smokes that one. Jody will move out of the way and you'll see exactly how close that was. Brilliantly done from Cooper Whitestyles. That's the perfect way to start in number 14.
Front touch up.
Quality in this game has been there for all to see. Really enjoyable. A lot of people in the comments enjoying it as well. 4th iteration of the National Development Series after its first running in 2023. Has changed in terms of its design. I guess at first we had like a singles gold medalist, a pairs gold medalist, and so on and so forth with all the different disciplines, but now it's just all team-based, which is great.
Yeah, it has had a few changes within the 4 years of the structure, but the inclusion of the para players, was really great to see. I love seeing the opens and the para players combine, mix, play on the same team. And obviously this year, a good shot there from Mickey, just jolting the jack out there.
Funnily, Cooper still holding 2.
Change of hand, change of length here for Cooper.
Albeit, I don't think it'll stay that way for long. He'll be 3 at the end of this, you would think. Oh, no way. Touch the jack on the way through to the pit. So that'll stay live. So there is a toucher in the ditch. Disappointed that Cooper Whitestyles only has 3 bowls to go. It's been so good watching him do his thing this morning. Michael Vassallo, if that has the run,
needs to stop. Oh.
When you're chasing a 3, definitely not what you're after. Still holding 3 at the crossover. But dare say Annette Ruffle will be able to change things here. Adversely, if they score a 2 here, Whitestyles and Nikolic, they will take out this contest with an end to play. We'll play it all out because, of course, shots up do matter.
Mm-hmm. Certainly do. Everything counts.
But they can absolutely guarantee it. So Lisa Phillips and Sheridan Bodnar have made things a little more tight 2 rinks over. So it was 14-11 in the triples next door in favour of yellow. So now they'll be relying on Sophie and Sammy to try and gain some shots back in their favour, and same with Vassallo and Ruffle, Team Blue.
Okay, so in at Ruffle, open jack. Looking pretty good here too, don't worry. That's a good shot. That is number 1 there from Annette.
Certainly is. Jody will need to make a decent correction here.
So Lisa Phillips and Sheridan Bodner on the last end there. End 17. They're 1 down on the scoreboard. Lisa Phillips looking to draw the shot. Has done. Great shot there from Lisa Phillips.
Does that tie it?
Yeah, shot there from Jody. Well, big shot here from Sam Nerona in the women's pairs.
She's got 1 more after this.
Just sailing by. Sam Nerona. Opportunity for Lisa Phillips to draw a second shot to potentially hold game here.
They may already be holding game, Kaz. I'm not sure.
Could be close, yeah.
It is very, very close for 2.
Probably wants another closer one. The second shot a little bit closer, I think, Lisa. Just a repeat of her second bowl.
So right here, Jody Nikolic holding 1.
To be honest, I think Annette would be better. Changing her hand, trying to draw a toucher on the forehand to make 2. Needs a multiple.
Yeah, 1 definitely won't cut it.
Nope.
Make it very hard on the last end. Haven't seen a 4 scored all game.
Lisa Phillips chasing here. Oh, 2 cracking bowls there from Lisa Phillips.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that's holding game there for the yellow team after leading for the majority of that game.
What has Annette Ruffle done?
It's a mighty effort. Mighty effort.
Well, this is Jody's last. I think would she want to end up where those 2 Annette Ruffle bowls are?
Yeah, just tucking in between, in underneath Annette's bowls. Draw the shot. In the area too here, Jody Nikolic, don't worry. Oh, great shot. What a shot.
Jody
Well.
Nikolic. Tyson Cromie has his hat off.
Well, that makes it very hard.
And I think Lisa Phillips and Sheridan Bodner have taken the contest out for Team Yellow on the final end. 15-11 down. They've come back and won the last few as we look at the Tripadil replay.
I think the only shot that Annette has on is just to try and get both bowls on the forehand inside of the second shot.
So this might be a clean sweep for Yellow this morning. And what a superb end from Jody Nikolic.
Was.
To quell any sort of a chance of a comeback. 15-8. They know they'll win the tie or the rubber.
Yeah.
And Yellow are going to win all 3 games this morning. Will play out this final end to get all of the shots up. 15 shots to 8. Brilliant performance. You know, when it wasn't Cooper, it was Jody.
Yellow had the monopoly on them, didn't they? Like
Yep.
for early, probably halfway through the game, and then the blue made a charge on every rink. But a good recovery from the Yellows.
For sure.
Securing
all
wins in
3.
the Opens, and now the Parrot 2.
All 3 games have gone the way of Team Yellow this morning. That is a perfect start.
Yeah, they were tested there for a bit and stood up to the challenge.
So Jimmy Reynolds would be pretty pleased with that. Kelly Ray, coach of Team Green. Ian Ewing, JR, coach of Team Red. Of course, the Australian selectors are here as well. Having a look. Stocky's here, Therese Hastings. And Ian, he's a wonderful man, Ian. Don't think Therese likes our bromance particularly much.
Of course, Ian's not a selector, but he's Therese's
Yeah.
husband.
But we do have a bromance.
He loves being involved, Ian. Really good at it. He's great with the players. Good shot here from Mick. Good again here from Michael Vassallo.
Not a mile off.
Good
So-
end. Good end.
Now I think it's just more getting as many shots as you can. Trying to make the scoreboard look more respectable and just helping out later down the track for your team. Because the next session, Blue could win all 3 and
That's right.
all of a sudden you could be in front on shots up. So all that matters is just getting that overall day under your belt.
Feels like it's getting darker outside, boys. Maybe get a little
Yep.
shower.
I think so. Lucky we have a dome. Jody Nikolic, not long to go. Cooper Whitestyles' job is done. He has been a colossus. Just not missed at all.
A colossus. He certainly has.
Yeah. He's been, like, this is probably his loosest end, really, when the match is already won.
Yep.
Can relax a bit. I think he'll petition to try and get all of his games on this rink.
A colossus. I'm just circling back to that. That's good. I like that.
Thank you. Sometimes I strike gold. Sometimes.
What a shot there from Annette. Holding 3.
Well, if they can finish with a flurry, they'll hold themselves in good stead for the rest of the day. Of course, everyone plays 3 sessions. So if you lose your first, you can always rebound.
Jody may be looking to just play over the weight a little bit, inside edge of the blue bowl. Gets it back to the jack. close. Oh, that's
Good effort.
just a fraction too fat, but that was right in the area. Good shot there from Jody. Only one down now.
They've dropped one multiple all game across 14 completed ends so far. Other than that, they've been second shot in every other end.
It's a good effort, isn't it?
Yep. Bearing in mind they lost 3 of the first 4 ends. Since then, they've only lost 3 ends. And now just...
It's been a high-quality game.
Yep, very enjoyable to watch. All 4 have done some pretty good things. Annette started the game beautifully. Jody's probably finished the stronger of the 2 skips.
Cooper, relentless.
Good to see Sammy Nerona as well, standing at the back of the rink with Annette Ruffle, giving her some guidance. Sammy's in some good form herself, making the indoor final a couple of weeks ago.
Certainly is.
Like so many, sunk by a piece of brilliance of Kelsey Cottrell. Never really seen Kelsey celebrate like that either. So last bowl. So Net Ruffle, the final bowl, on its way down. It's just going to crash into Cooper Whitestyles' front bowl. They make one at the end. It's 15-9, and that is the final score. Cooper Whitestyles and Jody Nikolic absolutely superb. They take down Michael Vassallo and Annette Ruffle by 6 shots. Karen Murphy, thank you very much for being a part of this one.
Thank you, boys. See you
Great
soon.
to have Karen Murphy AM on the coverage with us here on Ringside Live at the National Development Series in 2026. It's a clean sweep for Team Yellow this morning. They win all 3 games, the women's pairs, men's triples and para mixed pairs. Val Febo signing off. Plenty more still to come today at Deer Park, however, because we've got the mixed fours coming up. That is at 12:15, so in an hour and 7 minutes local time. That's Shakoosh, Morrison, Rin and Lynch for Team Green up against Cronin, Bickley, Oster and Fisher. That's coming up after this on Ringside Live.